Come on. I said cue the baseball music, not the football music. This is like the 12th time we've tried it. Cue the baseball music. Let's go. Welcome everybody, how you doing? Mark Cerebro here. Just got back from fantasy spring training down in York, Pennsylvania, where Paul White of USA Today and Ron Chandler of Chandler Enterprises both presented some fantasy football information. Had about 70, 80 attendees there, and it was a great time had by everybody. I just wanted to go over a quick summary of some of the things we talked about. First up is Matsuzaka from the Red Sox. Both Chandler and White were both in agreement that Matsuzaka is poised to have a great year this year. The biggest factor is that he's now culturally adjusted to the United States. And Paul White put it this way: imagine yourself going over to Japan and trying to do your work or trying to pitch over there, and you don't even understand any of the signs, road signs, you can't read any books, things like that. It'd be real tough on you that first year. That's how it was for Matsuzaka this past year. Now he's more comfortable. He's seen how long a season is over here in the States with the Red Sox going to the World Series. He should be a lot more prepared entering this season, knowing what to expect. And I expect big things from him this year too. And what's great about him is you can get him at a discount, because a lot of people have been burned by him last year. And you know, fantasy baseball is about what have you done for me lately. So Matsuzaka is being pushed down the rankings, and I think it's a mistake, and I think he ends up a top 10 pitcher this year. Okay, another hot topic that was discussed was these young studs that have come up and performed at great levels and are being taken by fantasy owners in the first and second round of drafts, namely Ryan Braun and B.J. Upton, especially Ryan Braun. He hasn't even performed for a full year yet, and people think he's going to keep up his torrid pace and be like Babe Ruth. It likely won't happen. People that take him in the first round this year are going to be scratching their heads at the end of the year, wondering what they did wrong. They're just putting too much faith into him. There's a reason why the term sophomore slump exists, and Ryan Braun's going to be the sophomore slump this year. Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to address the allegations that I provide a lot of misinformation on the message boards as well as these videos. I believe somebody handicapped it at 70% of my information is misinformation. That's total hogwash, by the way. Totally untrue, unfounded allegations. If they were true and 70% was misinformation, just believe the opposite of what I'm saying, and then you'd have 70% truth. Total hogwash. I try and help people, maybe not the best I can, because you need to figure some stuff out for yourself, but in general I try and help people, push them in the right direction. But I'm not going to tell them how to beat me in fantasy baseball. I'm not going to tell them my super sleepers, none of that stuff, and I don't see how any reasonable person would. So I just wanted to clear that up. No misinformation here. By the way, Albert Pujols, top 5 pick this year, who's going to probably slip down to 8, 9, or 10 in the first round due to that recent news about him not wanting to play hurt this year. Don't buy it. That's what they call noise. Don't believe it. He's a top 5 pick this year. Alright, there you have it. Just a quick recap of Fantasy Spring Training 2008. And I'm looking forward to the upcoming fantasy season. If you haven't started to prep, don't bother. Your season's over to begin with.